purpose of this video is to go over a concept that you've seen in previous classes. Everybody has. But it's a topic that does give people a lot of trouble. If you walk up to a random person on the streets and ask them to add two integers together, integers being positive or negative whole numbers, a lot of people are going to make mistakes. It's very easy to get tripped up and forget what to do when you have double signs and a lot of stuff going on. So I want to try to clear this up and make it as simple as I can. When you're talking about adding or subtracting two integers, as long as there's not a zero involved, your answer is either going to get bigger or it's going to get smaller. So we're ignoring the zero situation for right now, and I want to break it into those two pieces. Your answer can go up. So, in other words, it's getting bigger. Or our answer could go down. And I want to break down all these different types of problems with integers you could deal with into four main categories. The first one is when you're dealing with a situation where you're adding a positive. So I might be doing something like 4 plus positive 5. So this is a problem you guys have been doing for years and years and years. 4 plus 5 is just 9. That's pretty clear. And my answer is bigger than what I started with right here. When you add a positive, your answer goes up. So one thing that will make your answer going up is adding a positive. There's actually another situation that will also make your answer go up. Let's say I had a situation like 5 minus negative 2. So a negative number, you can think about it like a lot of people find it helpful to think about negative numbers like debts, so you owing somebody else money. So if somebody owed you, or if you owed somebody else $2, and they're like, you know what, don't worry about it, I'm going to take away that debt, that's actually a good thing. That's helpful because you're going up in a sense in terms of how much money you're actually worth. So when you take away a negative, you're taking away a bad thing and your answer is going to go up. The answer to this problem here is 7. So if you add a positive or if you subtract a negative, your answer will go up. On the other side of things, there's two ways that your answer can go down in problems. First of all, the one that jumps to everybody's mind right away, I'm sure, if you do something like 10 minus 3. 10 minus 3, we're at 10, we're going down 3. We have 7 left over. So if you subtract a positive, your answer will go down. The other situation where you could end up having a smaller answer than what you started with is if you maybe did, let's go with 2 plus negative 3. So on this problem, we're at 2. Oops, we're at 2. And we are adding a negative, tacking a negative onto our answer. We started at 2, but we're adding on a bad thing, something that's going to make our answer go down. The answer to this is smaller than what you started with. You actually get negative 1. So the other thing that makes your answer get smaller is if you add a negative. And if you keep these rules straight down here in this box, it's going to be really straightforward in terms of how you go about doing integer problems. So I'm going to flip over to another slide right here with 6 problems that I'm going to kind of work my way through. If you want to try them for yourself, pause the video. That'd be a good idea. You can see what's going on. But let me give you a quick note before you do that. So the biggest thing that gives kids trouble in these problems, and the reason that a lot of people mess up, is because of situations like number 1 or like number 4 right here, where we have multiple signs going on in the same problem. We have a plus, a negative here, a minus, a negative, minus, negative, plus, negative. Lots of signs just add to the number of ways that you can mess up. It's really easy to screw up when there's lots of stuff going on in a problem. So I want you guys, whenever you do these sorts of problems here, you hear me say this a lot in class, get rid of double signs. Double signs being things like plus, negatives, and so on. So I do not want to see you guys dealing with double signs in problems. And I'll show you how I can actually deal with that in my example right here. First problem, I have 4 plus negative 9. If you recall from the last slide, when you add a negative, your answer goes down. So my problem right here, what else makes my answer go down? Well, just regular subtraction makes your answer go down. These, the black and the blue, mean the same thing. They're both going down by 9. But the blue problem is a lot easier to deal with than the original black problem. 4 minus 9, so we're at 4, we go down 9. On a number line, we'd be over here at 4. We go down 4 to get to 0, which means we have to go down 5 more to get to 9 altogether. We're at negative 5. My second problem right here, I got negative 6 plus 14. So negative 6, and we're going up 14. There are no double signs here, so we're good to go. We can just go straight into this one. If I'm at negative 6, I'm going to go up 6 to get to 0, which means I have to go up 8 more to go up 14 altogether. I'm going to be over here at positive 8s. Next problem, I'm at negative 11, going down 4. If I go negative 12, negative 13, negative 14, negative 15 for this third one right here. 8 minus negative 10, don't like that double sign there. Minus negative, same thing as plus a positive. It's just 8 plus 10, which is 18. Negative 7 plus negative 6 plus a negative. Even though it's in parentheses here, it still means we're adding on a negative. Our answer is going down. Negative 7 minus 6, well, we're at negative 7. We go down 6 more, we're at negative 13. And finally, negative 20 minus negative 5, same thing as negative 20 plus 5, positive 5, which is negative 15. So if you rewrite it as a one-sign problem, it makes it a little cleaner and easier to deal with.